Just want to do a quick review today on the Itaste MVP version 3 or 3.0. I bought this from Skegness, from the cigarette outlet. It cost me £59. You can probably get them online cheaper, but obviously when you buy them from a shop they do cost a bit more. So this is the box it comes in. On the back it's got basically the specifications. So let's take a look. I have had this a little while, but didn't get around to doing the review, so I'll put it back in just to show you basically what you're going to get. So inside you've got the mod charging lead and attachment for the Ego connection there. Open this up. So yeah, it's just a basic mini USB charger. It is a pass-through, same as the others. This is the connector, in case you wanted to use a Ego style tank. I do actually quite like this. They've done this on this one compared to the old MVP, because that was basically a fixed one and you had to put a plinth on it, whereas I think that just looks a lot nicer. Your tank sits flush, and if you do want to use, you can obviously just screw it in. Now it does come with instructions as well, but the instructions are actually underneath the whole packaging. So if you're not familiar with it, or you just want to have a look through, I mean, there are slight differences from the old. If we do a side-by-side comparison, you can obviously see there is a bit of difference between the two. The MVP 0.3 is slightly taller and wider as well. This is for good reason. This one has a 3,800 mAh battery, which is a massive amount. It's over 1,000 mAh more than the old one. So when I first bought this, I didn't charge it at all, and it nearly lasted a week. So I mean, that is impressive, and I'd say it's definitely worth it to have the extra bit of bulk. It's not too heavy. It feels comfortable in the hand. Obviously, also, if I show you this one, the old MVP has the button on the front, which is okay, but they've changed it to the side, which feels definitely more natural in your hand. Again, if you go to the bottom, this is also a power bank, so you can charge other devices off it. But instead of having just the USB like on this one, they have like a little thing that comes off. You can still obviously use the USB as well, but you do have a thing with a mini USB on there. I'm guessing they did this because it was the most popular. I think maybe they was planning on putting a lightning connector on there, as it's the same shape, but for some reason they didn't. But it's always handy, because if you go out and you haven't got your charger, there's not much point in having a power bank, and you're not going to forget it. So yeah, that tucks in quite nicely there underneath. Right, so I've put my sub-tank mini on for you. I'm just going to quickly go over the buttons, and obviously everything's on the side. Your firing button, as I mentioned, your screen, your plus and minus buttons. This does go from 3 volts to 9 and from 6 watts to 30. So it's got a nice wide range on there. It is a sub-ohming battery, so you can use stuff like your sub-tank mini or your Atlantis. Anything that you can sub-ohm on, you can pretty much use. And it doesn't... I mean, like, I think my D80 mod, I didn't have this when I first got my sub-tank. I put it on there, and although it fired it, on 7 watts, it was like burning red hot. It was not very nice. So obviously, if you're going to be using a sub-tank or something, you're going to want a sub-ohming battery, and this is a good one to go for. So yeah, you've got your plus and minus buttons. It's 3 clicks on and off. To change the wattage or the voltage, you do have to press and hold either the plus or the minus button, and it will start flashing, and then you can go up or down. It does have a battery on it. It also tells you your ohmage of your coil and the volts that you say. If you had it on watts, it would display the volts. It's a bit the same as the DNA, or if you had it in volts, it would display the watts, so you're getting both information at the same time. If you wanted to check the battery, you'd hold both of them together, and it would actually tell you how many puffs you'd have, the ohm of the coil, and the voltage left in the battery. So at the minute I have 3.7 left in my battery. But it does also have the battery icon, but I suppose it's just so that you can actually have a better look. It also has the indicator, the same as the other MVP, so it's on green at the minute, and it goes from green to orange, yellow to red. So yeah, it does have that as well. Oh, one last thing that I nearly did forget, to change between wattage and voltage, you'd hold the fire button and the minus button down together, hold it for a few seconds, and then it'll flick to wattage or voltage depending on which one you already had it on. Mine is on voltage at the moment, so I'm going to change it. Well, actually, I'm going to put it onto the voltage I want and show you how it works. It does go round robin as well, which is always good. Not like some of the other Itaste things that don't do that, but this one does, which is nice. Right, so I will give it a vape and show you basically what it does. As you can see, that is only at 3 volts. You're still getting a big amount of vapour just at that. 3 volts on this, it's a 0.7 ohm coil. 3 volts is the same as 13 watts. So I do like that, the fact that if you have it on one or the other, you still get both. So we'll turn it up a little bit more. So, as you can see, there is a massive amount of vapour and taste. The throat hit is really prominent. I mean, that's obviously not just down to the battery, it's what you're using, but with the sub-tank, it works perfectly. And the vapour and the throat hit is immense. I mean, that was only 3.6 volts, and you could keep going up. So yeah, I will change it onto wattage. Right, yeah, so we'll put it up to 15 watts. As you can see, the vapour is immense, and I can't explain how the throat hit gets you right in the back of your throat. It is very strong. These two work together so well. I mean, if you was going to, I would suggest if you was going to buy one of these and you haven't got a sub-ohmium tank, I'd definitely get both together. Because they do go really well. I haven't used the Atlantis, but I do like Aspire stuff, so I would imagine that one would work just as well. I might have to get one to try it, but yeah. Amazing. I have had this, like I said, a little while now. I've dropped it a few times and it's not stopped working. It's been perfect. I have got a few little marks on it now, but that's my fault for dropping it. But apart from that, it is really nice looking, especially the pink. But they do come in different colours, silver. They come in a range of colours. I just chose the pink because that's me. But that's it. Thank you for watching.